Digital Citizenship and Cyberbullying, presented by Group 2. Digital rights and responsibilities of students. Questions to consider during this presentation are: what are students' digital rights and responsibilities? What are the challenges and opportunities concerning students' digital rights and responsibilities? What are strategies that can help mitigate pre-kindergarten through 12th grade learners' lack of knowledge of their digital rights and responsibilities?
What are digital rights and responsibilities? They are requirements and freedoms of everyone in the digital world, the right to ownership and free speech, as well as understanding boundaries, rules, laws, and acceptable use policies. Let's take a look at them individually. Digital rights are an extension of the rights set out in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations. Its main objective is to guarantee access to the Internet, avoiding the so-called digital divide, and a proper use of the network as a common asset belonging to all citizens of the world. Students' digital rights include the right to access, create, and publish digital media, as well as the right to access devices necessary to exercise them. The vast dependency we now have on technology brings with it the need to educate our students about digital ethics. The age in which students are introduced to the Internet should parallel the age in which they are taught digital ethics and responsibilities. Andrew Marcinek says, "Educate before you integrate." Jackie Murray states, "With the right to discover knowledge comes the responsibility to behave well while doing so." Students' digital responsibilities include learning to protect the personal information of themselves and others, the correct and acceptable way to communicate on the Internet, to realize that their decisions have lasting effect for themselves and others, and to respect others by supporting anti-bullying behavior and reporting cyberbullying.
Digital rights and responsibilities, challenges, and opportunities. Challenges for digital rights and responsibilities are deciding what should and should not be used or said on the Internet, ensuring that digital rights and responsibilities are respected and that they are taught, not avoided. Overreaching limitations on children's access to certain programs. Opportunities include ensuring that students are aware of what is expected of them digitally, teaching them how to properly use material found online, and how to treat others in the context of digital rights. Bullying using social media, texting, or other electronic means. Questions to consider. What is cyberbullying? What are the challenges concerning cyberbullying, and what opportunities might cyberbullying create? How can we help prevent the harmful act and/or effects of cyberbullying in our pre-kindergarten through 12th grade schools? What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to harass, embarrass, target, or threaten someone else. This can include calling or texting threatening messages, posting embarrassing or threatening content about someone else, sharing mean or false content from others, using embarrassing moments to create memes and cool jokes, sending threatening direct messages and comments. Cyberbullying is something that students all over have to deal with, and it has many challenges associated with it. Students are reluctant to share when they've been bullied online, and victims of cyberbullying often model the behaviors of their bullies. Cyberbullying has been linked to harmful self-acts, even suicide, and individuals with psychosocial disorders may use cyber hate to fuel crimes. Anonymous accounts and phone numbers can be created and used to spread cyber hate with no accountability.
While most cyberbullying is intentional, some young children and teens resort to sharing controversial messages privately. What starts as a private message can easily be spread, causing humiliation to some parties involved. Listen as Eva, age 11, explains her experience with this.
Me and my friend, we were having a sleepover, and so we were chatting with our friend on the computer. We're talking about personal stuff and things, because we didn't think that anyone else would see, because it's on our email. We have a password, right, so no one can see. And we said some inappropriate things. And then her dad, he was on her email, and he came upon the chat that we were on. And then he emailed the chat that we had to my mom. My mom was asking me why I would say that stuff, and I still don't really know why. I probably wouldn't say that in person because it's inappropriate. And I knew that. If you're talking to someone in person, you're, face to face, and then you're actually having a real conversation. It's easier to experiment online. It seems like it is your diary in a way, because you think you have a password and it's secret, but it's not secret, and people can get in and look at your stuff. Maybe no one will see it publicly, but I think that people can see it. I don't think it actually goes away forever. Stuff online is not private. Anyone can find out, even if it was the person who I was chatting right next to, or if it was the person who I was chatting wherever they are. They can show someone else. They could print it out. You do have to be careful.
What opportunities are created by the effects of cyberbullying? Cyberbullying sheds a light on the pressing need to teach students about digital responsibilities. Cyberbullying can also influence those against it to take a stand, such as 18-year-old Connor Suave's decision to create anonymous, positive posts about his classmates for an entire year.
The need for teaching students about digital responsibilities is apparent in today's technologically advanced society. Here are some things schools can do to mitigate the effects of cyberbullying. Creating digital citizens. Teach students that the same rules apply in and out of the digital world. Teach students how to be cyber safe and savvy. Use direct and explicit teaching methods to teach digital citizenship just as you would classroom rules. Educate yourself. It is important to be in the know. You cannot properly educate and help safeguard if you do not know the issues and risks associated with cyberbullying. The website learnersedge.com suggests setting aside 1 hour a week to intentionally educate yourself about what your students are using or misusing in the digital world. Taking this little amount of time will make lessons on digital citizenship more relevant and relatable to your students. Discuss bullying. Put cyberbullying in the spotlight in your classroom. Discuss the psychological and legal ramifications. Explore issues like technological risk, cyber safety, and positive online communities. Have open conversations about age-appropriate cases of cyberbullying and their resolution. Supervise. Students find ways to access internet and social media sites despite the use of filters and firewalls. Teachers who do not properly supervise their students' usage of school and personal devices at school risk allowing them to engage in or fall victim to cyberbullying. Teachers should actively monitor online activities and make sure students are aware of the disciplinary actions that will take place if technology is used in a distracting or harassing manner. It's okay to report. Bullying in any form is abuse. Students need to know it is their duty to report cyberbullying. Make sure students know who to go to report instances or evidence of cyberbullying. Set up an anonymous reporting system that students can use without fear of repercussions. Safe2Tell is one of the organizations that allows students to report anonymously. Knowing there is a reporting system may help deter students from engaging in cyberbullying behaviors. Establish firm policies. Explicitly teach rules regarding technology use. Do not just assume students know what is expected. Students need to be aware of policies and rules before incidents occur. Policies and rules are a good way to establish etiquette. Be specific and include legal implications. Align school and classroom digital policies to the school's district overall policy. Include students in decisions and encourage participation. Allowing students to have a voice at school will help them invest in the policies and rules regarding cyberbullying. Enlist students to help. They know better than most adults what devices, programs, and sites are being used and misused. Have classes come up with rules against cyberbullying and involve them in determining cyberbullying is unacceptable. Create a technology safety task force comprised of students and school staff that meets regularly to stay up to date on issues related to technology use and misuse. The right response. The site learnersedge.com says there should be consequences for cyberbullying, but those consequences should not all be about punishment. Those who engage in bullying need to understand the impact of their actions and can often benefit from counseling. Listening to the student who is doing the bullying and allowing the target to be a part of the solution is often effective. Restorative justice techniques, where students talk it out, helps the bully understand the impact of their actions and what they should have done and what they can do in the future. Community resources. Knowing when to use community resources such as school district administrators, outside counselors, and law enforcement is important. Resource officers or people from the district attorney's office can come into schools and give presentations on cyberbullying and consequences, with an emphasis on the law and what can happen if the law is broken. Getting the community involved can help students see the seriousness of cyberbullying and help prevent it. Offering counseling services to victims and perpetrators will help enforce that it's okay to talk to someone.